All right, so are you ready? Get those Pinterest boards ready because today we are diving into the world of Kitty Chen wedding dresses.
Oh, Kitty Chen.
Yeah, if you've got a big day coming up and you want to feel absolutely incredible,
Yeah.
Kitty Chen's the designer to know.
She's a good one, yeah. And what's so cool about Kitty Chen is that she doesn't just follow trends.
Right.
She since 2004, she's really carved out this like niche for herself,
Yeah.
blending that classic elegance with these like modern twists.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what you mean when we get into some specifics.
Yeah, we've got tons to unpack.
Oh yeah, articles, dress spotlights, all that good stuff.
Yeah, all of it.
Really get a sense of her range.
Yeah, her range and what makes a Kitty Chen gown so special.
So special. And I know you mentioned this before we started recording, but just something about how she balances romance, luxury, and detail all at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's like she's not just making a dress, she's creating like an experience for the bride.
Oh, I love that. All right, so let's just jump right in. Our first stop is Kitty Chen, the glamour queen.
Yes, the glamour queen. So if you are dreaming of making that show-stopping entrance
Yeah.
with Kitty Chen, she knows how to bring the glamour. She
Nice.
uses those intricate details and embellishments,
Nice.
just elevates the whole look.
It's like next level. And you know what dress just screams glamour?
Which one?
It's the Alessandra gown.
Ooh,
I am picturing a bride walking down the aisle in this
yes.
deep V-neck plunge, geometric lace, and then that dramatic illusion train.
Yes.
Those bold floral patterns. It's almost like a faux double layer.
Yeah, and that geometric lace is really interesting. We are seeing more of that in bridal design, just bringing in those modern and architectural elements instead of just the like typical traditional florals.
Yeah.
And then you think about the Alessandra gown, even the straps are a detail worth mentioning.
Oh, tell me about it.
You've got these delicate beaded spaghetti straps, and they split into 3 at the back.
Ooh.
So it's a very modern twist on the classic low back.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's glamorous, but not in a stuffy, old-fashioned way.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like modern glamour.
It is, and it's a crowd favorite for a reason.
Yeah.
It's that balance that Kitty Chen just does so well.
So, well, and speaking of like blending different elements, we have to talk about the cat gown.
Ooh, the cat gown, yes.
This one is A-line silhouette, but anything but basic.
Oh my gosh, it is so not this is a great example of her layering. She does this like sheer illusion bodice
Yeah.
with the deep V plunge and then the vine lace trim, but then it's all layered over this cascade of floral and leaf lace on top of glitter tulle. It's so romantic, but also has an edge.
And we can't forget that back.
Oh,
I was looking at the photos. Wow.
yeah.
Beaded spaghetti straps, that illusion keyhole back.
Oh, yeah.
Get that low back look, but with the support.
Yeah, she understands how to flatter a woman's body. And, those back details are so important.
Oh, they are.
Especially if you are having a ceremony where you are facing away from the guests for a while.
Yes.
It just creates that extra visual interest.
Yeah, totally. So for the bride who wants to feel like $1,000,000,
Yeah.
Kitty Chen definitely delivers.
Oh, yeah.
But she's not just about all-out sparkle.
Right.
She also does this beautiful, nature-inspired elegance.
Yes. Yes. This is where you see her using those unique and bold floral laces. And it's not just like a few sprigs here and there.
Right.
She's like creating a whole mood.
A whole mood, and the dress that really embodies this for me is the Generosa.
Ooh, the Generosa. I love that one.
This feels like a gown straight out of a garden.
Yeah, it does.
Fit and flare silhouette, and then that amazing leaf lace with the 3D appliques. Talk about dimension.
The dimension. And you've got that plunging illusion neckline with the wide lace tank straps. It's very daring, but still so sophisticated.
Yeah.
And that's something you see a lot with Kitty Chen, that push and pull between modern and classic.
I love that. And then you've got the low open back.
Yeah.
Covered buttons leading down to that scalloped lace train.
Mm-hmm.
I could totally see this at an outdoor wedding.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And speaking of outdoor weddings, if you are thinking fall or winter,
Yeah.
you have to check out the Keisha gown.
Oh, the Keisha gown, yes.
This one is for our, like, romantic bohemian brides.
Yes.
Totally. So A-line silhouette, covered in leaf and vine lace over glitter, tulle, deep V-neck plunge, and then those long sleeves
Yes.
with the lace falling to the buttoned wrist.
I love it.
It's just stunning.
It's gorgeous. And again, the back, that low scooped back, cathedral length train.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You're making a statement in this dress.
You are. And those long sleeves are so perfect for that cooler weather wedding.
Yes.
So she really thinks about the bride's comfort and practicality without sacrificing style.
That's Kitty Chen. So we've seen the glamour, the nature-inspired elegance.
Yeah.
But Kitty Chen also has this knack for creating gowns that are just timelessly elegant.
Yeah, she does. From simple to detailed, she runs the gamut.
She really does.
She's so versatile, and what I find really interesting is how she achieves that timelessness. It's in the cuts, the fabrics, the way she uses embellishment. It's very subtle, but it makes all the difference.
Yeah, totally. And the dress, for me, that really embodies that is the Flora gown.
Oh, the Flora, yes.
It's so simple,
It
yet
is.
it makes such a statement.
It does. The Flora is a great example of less is more. It's got that contemporary cat-eye neckline, which I think is a really nice modern touch.
It is.
And then just a ruched bodice for subtle texture, but it doesn't need a ton of embellishment to be impactful.
Totally. And then you have that high pleated skirt split,
Yeah.
which adds a bit of playfulness. And then that long cathedral train with the fabric buttons all the way down the back.
It's so elegant and chic.
It is. It's perfect for the bride who wants that clean, modern look without being too minimalist.
Exactly.
It's all about the detail.
The subtle details.
Yes. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have the melody gown.
And the melody, yes.
This one is a Mikado mermaid silhouette with a deep V-neck plunge and sweetheart neckline.
And don't forget the detachable off-the-shoulder shawl. It's like 2 looks in one.
Yes.
Yeah. And I love how the melody, the front is fairly simple,
Yeah.
but the back, wow.
Tell me about it. It's gorgeous.
Illusion back with exposed boning, under beaded lace, button closures all the way down. It's elegant and it's sexy.
Yeah.
It's that perfect example of how she combines those two elements.
I bet that would look incredible with a lace cathedral veil.
Oh, stop. It would be breathtaking.
Breathtaking, yeah. And looking at all these gowns,
Yeah.
it really highlights something key about her approach.
What's that?
She doesn't just follow trends, she sets them.
She does. You can see it in the details, the silhouettes, the way she combines different elements.
Yeah.
And other designers are often playing catch-up like seasons later.
That's the mark of a true innovator. So for our listener who's maybe starting to think about their own Kitty Chen gown, what kind of bride are you picturing yourself as? What details are calling to you?
It's such a personal journey, but remember, this is just a glimpse into her world.
Yeah.
And what I find so fascinating about Kitty Chen is no matter your style, there's probably a gown that's speaking to you. It's that balance of elegance, romance, and a touch of the unexpected that just makes her so special.
So special.
Yeah. And another thing that's really impressive about her gowns is how they work in so many different wedding settings.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we've talked about a few that would be perfect outdoors, but I can also see some of these, like the Melody or even the Flora, shining in like a grand ballroom or a cathedral.
Totally. I was picturing the Flora in like this modern minimalist loft space with lots of natural light.
Yeah.
But then you could also totally dress it up for a more formal setting
Yeah.
with the right accessories and decor.
100%. And I think that versatility really comes from her understanding of silhouette, fabric, and detail.
Yeah.
Like take the Keisha, for instance. It has that bohemian vibe with the lace and the long sleeves.
Right.
But the A-line silhouette is classic enough that it could work in a variety of settings. It's all about how you style it.
It's all about the styling. And we can't forget those back details.
They're back details, yes.
They add a whole other dimension, especially for ceremonies where the bride is facing away from the guests for a while.
Oh, yeah?
It creates that wow moment when they turn around.
It does. The back of the dress is almost as important as the front when it comes to bridal design.
Yes.
And Kitty Chen knows how to make a statement. Think about the Melody gown with that illusion back and exposed boning in a venue with dramatic lighting.
Ooh.
It would be stunning.
It would, and it's not even just about the gown itself. It's how it interacts with the veil, the hairstyle, the lighting, the whole atmosphere of the venue.
Yeah.
It's about creating this cohesive look.
Exactly. And Kitty Chen's designs, they just give you so much to work with in terms of styling.
Totally.
Like you can go full glam, or you can keep it understated and elegant. There's so much room for personal expression.
I love that. Okay, so we've talked about her aesthetic, her versatility, her impact as a trendsetter.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to talk about the woman behind the brand.
Yeah.
I want to know about Kitty Chen herself.
Yeah.
What drives her creative vision.
You know, it's interesting because our sources don't really have a ton of biographical information on her.
Oh, real?
It seems like she's pretty private.
Interesting.
But what we do know is that she's incredibly passionate about making brides feel confident and beautiful on their wedding day.
Yeah, I love that she's a Chinese-American designer.
Yes.
It adds another layer of depth to her story and her designs.
Absolutely. You can see that blend of Eastern and Western influences in her work.
Yeah,
It's subtle, but it's there.
I love it. Do you have any insight into her design process at all?
Hmm.
Like, does she sketch? Does she drape fabric? Does she work with a team? I'm always so fascinated by those behind-the-scenes glimpses.
I know, me too. I wish we had more information on that. Yeah.
I think it'd be fascinating to know how she brings her ideas to life. But from the complexity of her designs and the level of detail, you can tell she's very hands-on.
No,
You know, you can sense that she's not just like churning out dresses. Each gown feels very thoughtfully designed and crafted.
That's what makes her stand out in such a crowded market.
Yeah, she's not just designing dresses, she's creating experiences.
I love that.
She wants her brides to feel empowered, beautiful, and ready to celebrate this huge moment in their lives.
And she nails it. Looking at these gowns, each one has such a distinct personality.
They do.
It's like each one is telling a story.
Yes, and I think that's what draws brides to her work. You're not just buying a dress.
Yeah.
You're choosing like a character, a mood, a feeling.
Oh my gosh, it's almost like each gown is this blank canvas.
Yes.
And the bride gets to paint her own unique story onto it.
I love that analogy. It speaks to the power of fashion,
Yeah.
especially bridal fashion. It's about transformation,
Yeah.
celebrating a new chapter. Totally. And Kitty Chen's designs capture that sense of possibility and hope
Yeah.
so beautifully. It's not just about the aesthetics.
Right.
It's about the emotion behind them.
Exactly. It reminds us that fashion can be so much more than just trends. It can be about self-expression, celebration, and stepping into your power.
I love that. Okay, so if you're out there listening and feeling inspired by Kitty Chen,
Yeah.
what's the best way to start exploring her gowns? Like, where do we go?
Her website is a great resource.
Okay.
You can browse all of her collections. You can filter by silhouette, neckline, even specific details to really narrow down your search.
Yeah.
It's a great way to just get a feel for her aesthetic and start to picture yourself in one of her creations.
Yeah, and once you've done some online browsing, found some favorites,
Yeah.
then it's time to find a bridal salon that carries Kitty Chen.
Exactly. Not all salons will carry her gowns.
Right.
So do your research, look for salons with good reviews, and a wide selection of her designs. And don't be afraid to call ahead and ask if they have the specific dress you're looking for in stock.
That's such a good tip.
Yeah, it'll save you time and potential disappointment.
Yeah, and I feel like once you're at the salon, don't be shy about asking questions.
Oh, yeah. Ask all the questions.
Pricing, alterations, anything you're wondering about.
You're making a big investment.
Yeah.
So you want to feel comfortable with every part of the process.
Totally. And I know you probably have some advice about bringing people to the salon.
Ooh, yes. The entourage. Choose your entourage wisely.
Yeah.
Bring people whose opinions you value.
Right.
But don't bring an army. Too many voices can make it hard to hear your own intuition.
That's such good advice.
Yeah,
It's your dress. It's your day. Ultimately, you need to love it.
you do. And lastly, just be patient. Finding the perfect wedding gown can take time.
Yeah, that's a journey.
It is.
You don't want to rush it.
Yeah, don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen on the first try. Enjoy the process.
Yeah. So much good advice there. And I think it's important to remember that the right dress will find you.
It will.
You'll know it when you see it, when you feel it.
Exactly. It's a feeling. It's an energy.
Yeah.
More than just like checking off boxes on a list. Trust your gut and have fun. This
Yeah.
is a special time.
So what are some key takeaways about actually buying a Kitty Chen gown? Now that we've talked about finding inspiration and narrowing down your style.
So one thing to keep in mind is that Kitty Chen gowns are known for their intricate details and construction,
Okay.
which can sometimes mean a slightly longer lead time for alterations and delivery.
So don't wait till the last minute to start shopping.
Exactly. Give yourself plenty of time and be prepared to budget for alterations because these gowns are often so detailed.
Right.
Alterations can sometimes be a bit more involved.
Yeah, that's a great point to bring up.
Yeah.
Something brides don't always think about when they're first starting to shop.
I know, right? You fall in love with the dress and then it's like, wait a minute.
The practical side of things.
The practicalities, yes.
Are there any specific things to look for in a bridal salon when you're shopping for a Kitty Chen gown?
Aside from a wide selection and good reviews,
Yeah.
I would look for a salon that has experienced stylists who are familiar with Kitty Chen's designs.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they'll be able to offer valuable insights into fit, styling, and even help you find gowns that you might not have considered on your own.
They can really bring those, like, expert eyes
Yes, exactly.
to the whole process.
And they can help you find the right undergarments and accessories to really create that perfect, complete look.
Yeah,
Because those details make a difference.
they do. They do. Speaking of details, are there any, like, common misconceptions or things that brides should know about Kitty Chen's gowns before they start shopping?
Well, one thing that comes up sometimes is this perception that because her gowns are so detailed and high quality,
Yeah.
they must be super expensive.
Right.
And while they're definitely an investment, they're surprisingly accessible for the level of craftsmanship and design you're getting.
Yeah. That's great to know, especially for brides who might be working with a budget.
Right.
It's nice to know you don't have to break the bank
Yeah.
to get a Kitty Chen gown.
Exactly. And I think another thing that often surprises people is the range of styles she offers.
Oh, yeah.
Like we've talked about the glamour, the bohemian vibes, the classic elegance.
She really does have something for everyone.
She does. You can find a ball gown, a sheath, a mermaid silhouette, everything in between.
Everything.
So don't pigeonhole her as just one type of designer.
Totally. And it's also worth mentioning, she's constantly evolving and innovating.
Yes, she is.
She's not afraid to try new things,
Right.
experiment with different fabrics and techniques.
Yeah.
So it's not just about looking at her past collections. It's also about staying tuned for what she's doing now
Exactly.
and in the future.
Yes. I'm always excited to see her new collections because she always manages to surprise me.
Yeah.
She keeps things fresh while still staying true to her core aesthetic.
It's the mark of a true artist.
It is.
So for our listener, what would you say is like the most important thing to keep in mind when they're starting their Kitty Chen journey?
I think the most important thing is to just be open to the experience, allow yourself to fall in love with the details, the craftsmanship, the feeling of wearing a Kitty Chen gown,
I love that.
and don't be afraid to try on something that you wouldn't normally consider.
Yeah.
You might be surprised at what speaks to you.
You might discover a whole new side to your bridal style.
Exactly. And remember, this is your day, your moment to shine.
Yes.
Choose the gown that makes you feel like the most beautiful, confident, and radiant version of yourself.
Beautifully said. And I think those are the perfect words to take with you as you kind of embark on this exciting adventure.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the last part of our deep dive,
Okay.
where we'll explore some additional tips and insights to make sure you have the best possible experience finding your dream Kitty Chen gown. Okay, so we've talked about all these stunning Kitty Chen gowns.
Yeah.
What makes her such a standout designer?
Uh-huh.
But let's get practical for a minute. You're ready to find your dream Kitty Chen gown.
Yes.
What are some things you should keep in mind when you actually walk into that bridal salon?
Ooh, good question, because the salon experience can be a little overwhelming. So, first things first, don't be afraid to be upfront with your stylist about your budget.
Right.
That's key.
Yeah.
It'll help them guide you toward gowns that fit both your style and price range.
Yeah, you don't want to fall head over heels for a gown
Right.
and then find out it's way out of budget.
Exactly. And here's another tip. Bring photos.
Oh, good one.
We've talked about a few specific gowns today, but bring photos of any Kitty Chen designs that caught your eye online or on Pinterest.
Yeah.
It'll give your stylist a visual starting point and help them understand your vision.
Yeah, photos are so helpful. I'm such a visual person. I need to see something to really get a feel for it.
Totally. And don't be afraid to try on styles that you might not have initially considered.
Yes,
That's part of the fun of bridal shopping.
it is.
You might surprise yourself with what you end up loving.
I'm all about trying things on. You never know
Yeah.
until you see it on your body.
Exactly. And here's something that people don't always think about.
Okay.
Be mindful of your undergarments.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, a nude strapless bra and seamless underwear can make a huge difference in how the gowns fit and look.
Totally. You don't want your undergarments to distract from the beauty of the gown.
Exactly. And speaking of fit, remember that alterations are almost always necessary.
Yeah.
So don't panic if the sample gown doesn't fit perfectly off the rack.
Right.
Your stylist will be able to help you visualize how it will look once it's tailored to your body.
It's a process.
It is, yeah.
Finding the gown is just the first step.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a journey worth savoring. Don't rush it. Enjoy each moment
Yeah.
and trust your instincts. You'll know when you found the one.
Yeah, so as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Kitty Chen,
Yes.
what's the one piece of advice you want our listener to take away?
I think the biggest takeaway is just to embrace the experience. Finding your wedding gown is a special once-in-a-lifetime event.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to get swept away by the beauty and romance of Kitty Chen's designs.
So well said. And remember, it's not just about finding the perfect dress.
Right.
It's about finding the dress that makes you feel like the most confident,
Yeah,
radiant version of yourself.
absolutely. It's about finding the gown that reflects your personal style and makes you feel like you can conquer the world.
Yeah.
Or at least walk down the aisle with a smile on your face and a sparkle in your eye.
Yeah. I think that's the perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Kitty Chen. We hope you feel inspired and ready to say yes to your dream dress.